War is the epitome of failure for all involved. That's what Abiy Ahmed said when he received the Nobel Peace Prize. The year was 2019. 2 years on, the Ethiopian Prime Minister has failed to live up to his words. Today he joined the battlefield. Abiy Ahmed himself is leading his army to war, and these are the men that Abiy Ahmed is fighting. These are rebel soldiers. They're ready to clash with the forces of Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed. This is happening in Ethiopia, not Africa's biggest country, neither the most populous one, but home now to what is building up to be the world's worst conflict. And it's not just a military conflict anymore. This has become a battle to dictate the future of Ethiopia. Global powers have entered the picture. They're talking, discussing plans, picking sides and making bets on who they think will come out on top. Ethiopia started with a civil war. It ended up in the middle of a geopolitical battle, a battle between the West and the East. On Gravitas tonight, we will tell you how. And we'll begin with the latest from the battlefield. Fighting has not broken out yet, but Ethiopia is dangerously close to the brink. Rebel forces are knocking on the doors of Addis Ababa, the capital of the country. Who are these rebel forces? The Tigray People's Liberation Front, TPLF, Tigray People's Liberation Front. Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed has been fighting these rebels for almost a year now. TPLF controls the Tigray region. It dominated the politics of Ethiopia for decades. Then Abiy Ahmed rose to power, and the tussle for power began. The Tigrayan forces opposed the policies of Ahmed. In turn, Ahmed tried to wipe them out. Not just from the politics of Ethiopia, he made moves to crush them completely, first by cutting their funding, the funding to their leadership, then with a military assault. Of course, they resisted, and that's how the conflict began. Tigrayan rebels pushed back Ethiopian troops. And for the longest time, this fighting continued in the Tigray region. Now it has reached Addis Ababa. The Tigrayans want to take the capital. A clash is imminent. Abiy Ahmed has decided he will lead the troops himself. Reports say he has left the Prime Minister's office and gone to the front lines. Ahmed's deputy, Demeke Mekonnen Hassan, will run the country, while Abiy Ahmed will focus on winning the war, he says. Some other senior government officials have also joined the Prime Minister in the battlefield. Our correspondent on the ground, Koleta Wanjohi, sent us this report from Addis Ababa.
The Prime Minister said he went to the war front on Tuesday. We're yet to at least get some information from him or from his office about the progress he's making in the war front where he said he is. We're yet to get that. But on the other side, we've seen him motivating other people. And that's why you're seeing people like Haile Selassie. We also had another famous athlete, Faisal Elisa, as well as other citizens saying that they will take up arms, or they will take up arms in different forms, because contributing to the war is not just about taking up the gun, but you can also take up arms financially by supporting maybe the military, by supporting giving morale here and there. So yes, this kind of contribution is coming in, and we've seen even the city administration saying that it has already got some citizens whom it said as of yesterday are ready to go to the war front, you know.
The stakes are high for the Nobel Peace Laureate. When Abiy Ahmed began this fight, he promised a swift and decisive end. 1 year has gone by. Forget about defeating the rebels. Ahmed is struggling to protect the capital. His government has now asked locals to join the fight with whatever weapons they have at home. And a few thousand citizens have indeed volunteered. Look at this. These are the locals of Addis Ababa. They decided to fight the rebels with orange vests and sticks. Their courage is commendable. But Abiy Ahmed will not win this war with sticks. The odds clearly are against him. The only saving grace is that he still enjoys some public support. Prominent names are willing to back the Prime Minister on the battlefield. Names like Haile Selassie. He won 2 Olympic gold medals for Ethiopia in running. He is now joining the Ethiopian army to fight the Tigrayan rebels.
ስፖርተኛ ሁሌ ሰላም አምባሳደር A sportsman is always an ambassador for peace. Now, when I'm saying I'm going to the front line, people could say, what? Wait a minute. They could say you have been a mediator and you're a sportsman. Sport is about peace and love. No. What would you do when the existence of a country is at stake? You just put down everything. Alas, nothing will bind you. I'm sorry.
With words like these, Abiy Ahmed is bound to get more public support and sympathy, and that's how he's been able to keep this war going for a year. Unfortunately for him, though, he no longer enjoys the same popularity abroad. The West could be hatching a plot to bring him down. An investigative journalist has made this claim. He managed to access details about a secret meeting of Western diplomats. These are serving and former diplomats of the United States, the United Kingdom and the European Union, and they have long-standing connections to Ethiopia. They were meeting a representative from the TPLF, the Tigrayan rebels. Now, we have not been able to verify any of these claims independently, but some video statements of these diplomats have come out, and one of them hoped that the TPLF, that's the rebels, get quote-unquote military success very soon. I have a quote here from the alleged discussion, and this is an exchange between a former American diplomat and an official from the TPLF. This is what he says. Abiy is not listening. He is not listening at all right now. And how are you going to reach him? A person who's really in a corner, an African Union envoy, has not been extraordinarily helpful or very active. And so, are there any other opportunities that you see? Here's another quote, and this is from a French diplomat. This is what he says. Even if Abiy sticks to his guns, which unfortunately he seems to be doing, you either hope that people around him, either in the government or in the military, realize that this is going nowhere and might force him to, well, accept the cessation of hostilities or force him to step down. Now, these diplomats could just be making an honest assessment of the situation right now, but they clearly are no fans of Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed. And that does not mean that he's isolated. The Ethiopian PM is getting help from the rivals of the West, countries like China and Iran. Ethiopia has bought weapons from them. What kind of weapons, you ask? Multiple rocket launcher systems, missiles, drones, radars. The Chinese and the Iranians are providing Abiy Ahmed with advanced weapons. And Ahmed will not hesitate to use them, because this is a fight that he began with the rebels for more political power. And this is a fight that he wants to win at any cost. He's already been accused of war crimes, abuse and genocide. He is an international pariah today, a Nobel Peace Laureate and an international pariah. The rebels are no different. Their fighters have raped and beaten women during the war. They too are guilty of war crimes. There is no good side in this war, unfortunately. And our world powers are taking sides. Their entry means the violence will only intensify, and that spells disaster for the people of Ethiopia. It's a country where 400,000 people are already facing famine-like conditions. When the fighting resumes, this will only get worse. Ethiopia is Africa's second most populous country, with an average GDP growth of over 10% for over 2 decades. Among the highest in the world. Also one of the very few countries in Africa that were never colonized. Ethiopia was once seen as a stabilizing force in the strategic Horn of Africa. Today, it is the center of a geopolitical battle. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.